if you touch a hair on my head, Wayne will hunt you down and beat you up. He can do it too. He's got a magic sword.
Magic sword, huh? Let me guess. It's about so long, sort of leafy looking, glowy.
That's the one. He stole it from some stupid Sylvari named Rhiannoch. Swiped it right out of his hand and left him to fight some lich.
Y vamos a hablar otra vez con los amigos estos.
Welcome back, Herald. Tell me, have you learned of Rhiannoch's fate?
I have, Mother. Rhiannoch died fighting Mazdak the Accursed, but his sword was stolen.
Stolen? What foul, contemptible foe dared
Hola,
steal
Paul.
Capítulo?
¿Qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Nani?
It was no foe. A friend betrayed him. Wayne, Rhiannoch's squire.
Santa
During the battle,
madre.
he stole the weapon and fled.
Betrayed? By someone he
Esto va a
loved?
cobrar sentido
Are
más
people so
adelante.
drawn to betrayal?
Cuando juegue Hearthstone,
Wayne still
esto va a
carries
cobrar
Capítulo.
sentido.
He's been using it to compete in gladiatorial tournaments.
I insist that the Vigil accompany you. We'll face this wretch in the tournament ring and thrash his hide. Our order is founded on the principles of courage and duty. I can't
Estamos de
stand to
acuerdo.
hear that Calibog is being wielded by an honorless traitor.
You trusting fool. Wayne will flee if he finds out you're there. With a little trickery, we can manipulate the tournament. Once Wayne's been beaten, the Order of Whispers can steal the sword with ease. Stop thinking with your sword arm. Start using your brain.
Both are interesting suggestions. Earworth, your thoughts?
I'm afraid gladiatorial tournaments aren't the Priory's forte. While you get the sword, I'll research Mazdak and try to pinpoint his location.
Herald, Calidbolg must be returned. Decide
¡Justicia!
and go forth to deal justice.
Bueno, esta vez sí nos vamos con Bradwin,
That's adorably
con la
stupid.
planta
Why
bonita.
compete when we can just rig it?
You have no honor. All this needs is a show of force. Once Wayne realizes he's outmatched, he'll give up the sword.
You say honor, and I say smarts. I've got them, and you don't.
Oiga, si ya terminamos de pelear, ya puedo hablar con ustedes. Aquí vamos con honor.
Con honor hasta el final.
I only get better and better.
Y ya llegamos después de un largo camino. Vamos con la manzana podrida. Vamos a darle una lección a este man. Y algo que no soporto, además de los tramposos, es a los
There he
tramposos y
is.
ratas.
That's Wayne fighting the pit. You can tell by looking at his sword. It's got to be Calibog.
Treasonous snake! Let's jump down there and
Ah,
break it out of
duro.
his head.
We can't make a scene. Half these people are bandits. If they suspect the sword's value, we'll never make it out alive.
You're right, of course. But that doesn't make this any easier. The Vigil punishes evil. It's difficult to stand here and allow it to continue. Then we'll have to enter the tournament as we planned. If we defeat him honestly, we can claim the sword as battle price. If he doesn't give it to us, he'll be shamed in front of all these thugs. Then he's the dead one. If you think you can beat him, you join the tournament. I'll stay up here. If these thugs get rowdy, I'll handle them.
Good plan. All we have to do is register to fight.
Fresco como tributo.
Hey, Dad!
¡Soy voluntaria! ¡Soy voluntaria! Me ofrezco como tributo.
What are those walking flowers?
Son, don't call them plants. Watch the fighting and let Daddy drink.
You there, Sylvari. We don't see many of you.
Otra vez nos vemos, Valteus de
Either of you
Roma
want to
Sangre.
fight in the pit?
I will. Who's that guy down there now? I'd like to fight him.
That's Wayne, our current champion. First, you have to survive the preliminary rounds. Then you can fight Wayne.
Last call for competitors. Who else wants to fight in a bit?
Why'd I bet on that grunty Norn and not the human?
Wayne,
Death cannot hold you.
I thought I told you that 3 bouts ago.
I know. I just can't help rooting for the underdog.
Estoy lista para pelear.
Alright, you toughs, here we go. Fighting in the first round, the Brainstormer versus a new Sylvari contender. Fighters, to the pit.
A ver, véngase, papá.
One more kick to the old crock, and you'll be back in business. My murder bot's ready. Sick him.
Un robot.
The tournament will now begin. Bessex the Brainstormer fights a newcomer in this first round.
A Sylvari? Oh dear. I'm going to chop you to bits and
A
use
ver,
those
menos charla y
kindling.
más acción, pa. Esto.
Next up, Dirty
A ver, ¿qué Pete?
Dad, I thought you said not to call them plants.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Oiga. Señores magumbos.
¡Wow! ¡Miren esos magumbos!
Tiene más que yo.
Place your bets. Stinky Pete steps into the pit to face off against our Sylvari challenger.
You look fresh from the dream. By the time I'm done with you, you'll wish you were back in your pod.
You have a winner! Next, you face Wolferoo the Terrible, Scourge of the Sea.
Marrón Perú.
Baltius, 10 gold on that one.
Vaya.
You're gonna lose that coin as soon as Wayne steps up.
I don't know. I got a feeling about this one.
Enjuagan peleando.
Got a feeling about every loser today.
We have a two-time winner, spectators. Let's raise the stakes. Place your bets. It's Sylvari versus Wayne Warner.
A ver, tíramela. Lo que viene juegan se transforma,
Well done. The next match is championship.
Esto. A ver, tírenme el próximo, papá.
Look, the master of disaster, Lord of the Sword. It's Wayne.
A ver, ratita, te voy a enseñar un par de cositas.
But I am ready for
Papi, lo voy a enseñar cuántos pares son 3 moscas. Venga. Ah, sí, que con trampas no
You're
puede,
outmatched,
papá.
Wayne, but I'm not here for your life. I'm here for Calibold. Give me Rhiannoc's sword and I'll let you go.
The sword is mine. Rhiannoc wasn't worthy of it. He was willing to give his life. For what?
For his people, and for you, Wayne. He stayed to give you a head start from Mazdak. A lich would have chased you down to get Calibold. That's why Rhiannoc died.
You can't know. You weren't there. I'll kill you. Then I'll put Rhiannoc
Hey,
and you
matame,
smug
matame,
Sylvari
papá,
behind
matame.
me for good.
Pégalo, pégalo.
I heard this sword. I covered for you. You can't take it away from me.
Sword is spoiled. Let's have a cheer for our new champion.
I was right. I won. I'm rich.
Think of something.
A ver qué tiene que decir.
You were amazing down there. Your combat prowess is really something. I envy you the beating you gave that thug. I wish I'd been able to lend a hand.
Sinvergüenza, papá.
I was prepared to let Wayne go, but he wouldn't stop attacking me. I didn't want to kill him.
That's what makes you great vigil material. You should seriously consider joining my order. Wayne had been carrying that burden for so long, it was probably a relief to die at the hands of someone who knew the truth.
You're right. I could see it in his eyes. He seemed almost grateful.
Come, Herald. I'll take Caledbolg back to the Pale Tree, and then we'll find a way to make Mazdak pay. Wayne is not the only villain in this tale. We must bring down Mazdak.
Killing a lich is no easy matter. It will require significant planning.
Every creature has a weakness, even Mazdak. If we have the knowledge, we will know where to strike.
Welcome, Herald. Join our circle. There is much to explain.
Bueno, veamos qué tienen que decir.
Greetings, my courageous herald. I have heard news of your victory. Caledbolg is returned at last.
It was difficult, but worth it. Wayne's been punished at last.
Herald, my research at the Priory proved fruitful. I know where Mazdak the Accursed was buried, and I believe I know his next target. He's planning to attack a human town known as the Ascalon Settlement. If we don't stop him, he'll wipe them out.
He's attacking Ascalon Settlement? They're a peaceful area. They have very few defenses. We've got to stop Mazdak.
We have the soldiers. If the Pale Tree would allow Caledbolg to be born into battle, the Vigil can destroy Mazdak. All it takes is firepower, courage, and a direct assault.
You always think in a straight line. Look, Mazdak's forces will have to move through the Centaur tribes to get to Ascalon Settlement. Why not turn them against each other and take down two birds with one stone? The Order of Whispers could do that easily.
I know where Mazdak was buried. The Priory could explore his tomb, get past the traps, and find a way to destroy the Lich while he slumbers.
Me gusta la idea de este men.
This Lich must be destroyed. For Rhiannoch. For Tyria. Listen to me. The Orders wish you to join them. If you do, they will lend you strength. With their backing, we can defeat Mazdak. It is your destiny to fight Zaitan. Joining an Order will help you achieve that goal. Choose wisely.
Herald, I place Caledbolg in your care. Decide how to defeat Mazdak, and know that the hopes of the Grove go with you.
Sin presiones para nada. Que el destino de toda la arboleda dependa de uno, no, para nada, sin presiones. Bueno, ahora sí comienza la decisión difícil. Está la Orden de los Susurros. Está la Vigilia y está el Priorato de Turman. ¿Cuál escogeremos? No se lo pierdan, justo ahora. Elegiremos al Priorato.
Priory's honored to join us. We'll handle the formalities after the battle. Traherne, will you accompany us on this adventure? Your knowledge of Orion Undead is second to none.
I'm not.
Vamos a en medio del invierno.
Welcome, novice. Today, you get your first taste of the adventures inherent in being a member of the Dermond Priory. I'm so excited for you. The Tomb of Mazdak. I couldn't have asked for a better trial of your abilities.
I'm looking forward to it. So, what should we expect within the crypt?
A challenge. Our small but clever team will be following your lead. We'll need to find Mazdak's chamber within the tomb. Once there, we will find a way to defeat him. I'm certain of it.
This tomb is ancient. It may even date back to the spread of the first human settlers on Tyria.
Los años de la panela.
Such places are filled with traps and other dangers. We must enter cautiously.
I'm ready for this. I swear by Calibol's thorn, we will defeat Mazdak.
Sharp champion. We'll need them.
Give it my all. I command you to rise again.
So this entire room is prone to collapse.
Ay, casi me quemo.
Archaeology is dangerous work, but a clever mind can keep you safe.
I see no enemies. Why do you call it dangerous?
The danger is in the things one cannot see. Besides, Crichton. This might have been the tomb of
No
an
rest
ancient
for you
king.
yet, sweet soul. Heal.
The door's enchanted. It won't open. Can you see any way to get through?
Solo un protector acérrimo de Cristo. El Capitán Bragen.
Dare disturb the tomb of Mazdak, mighty conqueror of old?
Hear me, Ghost. Your master, Mazdak, has been corrupted by an ancient evil. We must pass. We wish to end his blight, but this enchanted door bars our path. Will you help us, Protector?
Corrupted? By what foul force? Speak truth, interloper, or I will know.
By the Elder Dragon Zaitan. He has stolen your lord's body and turned his spirit to evil.
This is dark news. Mazdak was once lord of these lands, serving the people and the gods. Here he has now become a servant of evil. I will aid you, travelers. I will show you the path
Bueno,
safely
gracias
through
por
the tomb.
ayudarnos, qué amable.
Qué agradable sujeto.
Thank you, Captain. We'll end the dragon's corruption and make this right.
Bueno, ahora te sésamo. Hay trampas. Y fuertes espíritus que nos van a ayudar.
Fascinating, these old tombs. It takes a ghost to be the... well...
Be wary. This corridor is trapped. You must walk as softly as a ghost.
Hold back, friends. I have an idea. Whoa! Let's do better, shall we? Don't want to end up like my poor minion.
Well said, Traher. Careful feet, everyone. Careful feet.
That creature was an abomination, but it was definitely not the Lich.
That was a creature of darkness, and had no place within this sacred tomb.
Where you find one of those creatures, you often find more. They rarely travel alone.
If so, then they may be in the next chamber. That way lies the crypt of my master, Mazdak. Come, I will lead the way.
Bueno, vamos a que nos guíe el fantasmín. Vamos, capitán, guíenos. Sacrificaron sus vidas en nuestro momento más oscuro. La luz les honrará como se merece. Más arañas. Sigamos buscando lotería. Más arañas. Encontramos el huesito. Vamos a prenderle candela a esto. Listo.
What's on your mind?
Esto ya lo prendió, nos falta uno. Listo. No falta uno, yo iba a decir.
This should be Mazdak's actual tomb. Prepare yourself for the worst.
Y ahí está Mazdak, el maldito.
Sylvari? Here? You have long roots for such small weeds. Flee while you still have your lives. When the human race was as young as your own, I conquered these lands and named them Pronto.
Now I recognize these markings. Mazdak brought the first human settlers to Kryta from Ore. No wonder he's so powerful. As a mortal, he lived in Ore, while the dragons slept, hidden deep beneath the ground.
You may have once been a hero, Mazdak, but now you're nothing but Zaitan's slave.
Véngase,
We don't fear you.
Ah, but you should know this before you die. No weapon forged can harm me. You face your doom.
I carry a weapon that was never forged, Mazdak. Perhaps you recognize this blade.
Ay, ay, ay.
I thought it was destroyed long ago.
No, ya muerte, papá.
Let this be a battle to the
Todo de volver al de donde viniste, todo de volver al inframundo, pa.
Adventurers, come fight me.
Y sobrevive milagro.
Mazdak the Accursed is dead. By the blade of Calidbold, Rhiannoch is at last avenged.
Novice, you've shown both intelligence and courage. I rate your performance as exceptional. You should head to Lion's Arch and receive your first formal assignment. It's time to send you out into the field.
Thank you. I'll leave soon. Keith, you're so quiet. Are you injured?
No, I'm thinking. Rhiannoch died before he could fulfill his wild hunt. He failed because he was alone. If we wish to fight Zaitan, we must not let fear or anger force us apart. If we do not find a way to defeat the dragons, Tyria will be destroyed. Tell me, my friend, do you think it's possible for people to let go of their differences, to unite?
Our dreams inspire us, Keith. We must never give up hope, or we give up the dream itself.
Then I must also go to Lion's Arch. It is time to call together Destiny's Edge.
By your leave, my friend, I'll return Calidbold to the Pale Tree. I'll be sure to tell her the tale of Mazdak's defeat.
Will I see you again for her?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Our wild hunts are linked, my friend. We will need one another. May your path be filled with adventure and joy. Until we meet again. Remain strong.
Another minion died.
Entregamos que la bien, papá. Y avanzamos. A preparativos. Y bueno, como siempre lo he dicho y no me cansaré de decirlo, el viejo arco de luz nunca me ha gustado. está muy feo, por Dios, vean. Eso es muy falto de color, muy falto de todo. Así que vamos a verlo y la confrontación otra vez con lo del filo del destino, pero como ya hemos visto esto, me lo voy a omitir. Bien, ya llegamos a reunión con nuestro mentor. Oigan, en serio, sí que esto es feo, por Dios, feo, feo, es feo. Me parece... Sí, bueno,
the Dermot Priory is a bastion of history, containing the collected wisdom of the ages. For 200 years, we've stood upon a foundation of lore, research, and exploration. When Lion's Arch was flooded by the rise of the nation of Or, our forebearers rescued the city's survivors. We salvaged knowledge that would otherwise have been lost. Now as the dragons ravage ever greater expanses of Tyria, we must do even more. We must discover the truths that Tyria needs to survive. Where the dragons came from, why, and how to end their threat. The Priory is dedicated to learning. Sylvari, one of our most cunning scholars, will provide tutelage to help you gain wisdom that you will need. Dermot, our founder, said it best. Your power is only equal to the sum of your knowledge. If that's true, then we're Tyria's best hope to survive the darkness gathering on the horizon. Welcome to the Dermot Priory.
Y está el viejo Ogden, del cual se hablaré más adelante. Con la maestra Sieran. Aunque al parecer el maestro que nos asigna es dependiendo de la raza que escojamos. A ver qué tiene que decir.
Ah, here you are. You must be the new novice I was sent to retrieve. I'm a Magister of the Order, but we don't need to use titles. Just call me Siren.
Happy to meet you. I'm looking forward to working with the Dermot Priory.
It's nice to see that you're enthusiastic. I know I'm supposed to take you straight back to the Priory, but I'd like to take a little side trip. While I was waiting for you, Explorer Kekt was telling me this really interesting story about an old dwarven tomb. And guess what? It's right on our way. I'll still take you to meet Steward Gix at the main Priory building, but I want to have a bit of fun first.
Magister Siren, you're not listening to me! We don't even know if the story is true! What if this tomb doesn't even exist? What if it's just a legend?
Oh, Kekt, stop being a spoilsport. If I ignore this, those skulky dredge might find the tomb first. And how would that turn out? They'd destroy it. Come on, it won't hurt anything to go look around a bit. The novice doesn't mind, right?
Exploring an ancient tomb on my first day in the Order. Sounds fun. I don't mind at all.
Then it's settled. I'll meet you at Moland Summit, novice. Don't keep me waiting, okay?
Va a ser genial. Bueno, vamos a la cumbre de Topet. Muy bien. Ya llegamos y vamos de nuevo con Dragar del pasado. Con la maestre.
Look at these glorious snow-dusted mountains. I love the Shiver Peaks. They're so magnificent. Can you believe the ancient dwarves thought this was a good place for a tomb? It feels so alive. Such a strange choice.
It's beautiful, but I'll admit, I don't know much about dwarves. What's so interesting about this tomb?
The dwarves are almost extinct, but in their time they knew a lot about the dragons. The Priory studies dwarven tombs to learn as much as we can. This tomb's completely unexplored. If there hadn't been a little earthquake, it would have stayed buried beneath rocks and ice. Keck's old scroll said this was the tomb of a dwarven prince. It might have... Uh-oh. Look at those dig marks. Dredge. Shoots and thorns. I knew the dredge would find this place. That's why I wanted to come right away. See, the dredge were once enslaved by dwarves. They'll destroy anything dwarven. Once this cave opened up, they probably flocked here like jackdaws to a bone.
Then we better hurry. Hey, do you hear that? Siren, watch out!
Those are fire explosives.
No Raven screams. No one was supposed to know about it. Did Gix send you?
Send us? Sure. Gix sent us. That's why we're here. Gix. He sent us.
Much appreciated. When I see you back at the Priory, I'll buy you an ale.
O sea que vinimos aquí fue de chismosos.
Quiet! What are you doing here? Dwarf sympathizers, I'll bet.
We want to know the importance of this tomb. What can you tell us?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Come, let's show them the meaning of buried and forgotten.
Not much of a conversation, is it?
No siempre todo puede resolver hablando, ¿eh? Así toca que los muy fácil nada. Listo.
That talking tree's gone crazy. Get it off me. I'll tell you anything. Just let me go.
Como feitos, ¿no?
This talking tree'll tear your limbs off, buddy. Is this all you found in the tomb, or did your people destroy some of the relics?
Those relics are nothing compared to... We tried to shatter it, but we couldn't. It was too powerful. Nothing could harm it.
Destroy what? Another relic? One like these?
Junk! No. It was a sword. We sent it to the southern ruins, hoping to find some way to destroy it. Death to the dwarves!
A sword? Maybe the writing on these relics will tell us more. I bet Gix can translate it. Let's head back to the Priory and ask him.
Vamos con la misión de nuevo con dragar el pasado. La verdad no sé qué significa dragar, creo que significa excavar. La verdad no sé, después lo busco en un diccionario.
Don't worry about Steward Gix. I'll handle him. He'll be mad for all of 3.5 seconds.
Presiento que le van a meter un regaño.
Chale, ya la cagué, ¿verdad?
Magister Siren, yet again you neglect your duty to go on an adventure. You're completely out of control, you blasted weed. You're very lucky my expedition team needed your help to get out of there. I'm going to go easy on you. This time. But if I ever find out that you ever risk another novice's life on one of your little curiosities, I'll prune your ears. Mark my words.
No sabía que nos iban a regañar.
Ah, our newcomer. I'm sorry for all the trouble. Siren is something of a firecracker.
The novice did very well, Steward. Don't fuss. Look, we even recovered these unusual artifacts. Won't you translate the writing for us, Gix?
Don't wheedle me, you leaf-addled reprobate. Why I tolerate him... Oh, my goodness. This is fascinating. Tell me, was anything missing from the cave?
Yes! The dredge had taken a weapon from the cave. That's a wonderful guess. Guess something else, Gix. This is fun.
By the cogs of creation, they took the sanguinary blade. It's a legendary sword made of frozen blood. The weapon was lost when the stone summit dwarves vanished.
A sword made of blood? What kind of blood could possibly be made into a weapon?
The worst kind. Dragon blood.
Santa
Magister,
madre.
novice, you must find that blade and bring it safely to the Priory.
We're on it, sir. You can count on us.
These artifacts are amazing. The prince's name.
Pues un pequeño desvío. Y vamos con mala sangre. Y estamos en unas ruinas. La maestra cierran.
Look at this place. It must be tremendously old. Centuries even.
Older than that. The Dwarven civilization lasted for more than 2,000 years, and this might be one of their first structures. It's so sad that the dwarves all turned to stone and went to fight the dragons. Sad, but brave.
The Dredge brought the sword here to find a way to destroy it. We better hurry before they succeed.
You're absolutely right. First, we have to cross that windy bridge. I can use my magic to fly, but you'll have to foot it. Those flags and the torches flutter when the wind rises, so watch them carefully. Use the walls for cover. Keep your footing, go as fast as you can, and don't worry, it'll be cherry. Here we go.
Transporte me sea mala.
Watch the flags and use the walls for cover. That wind is fierce.
Vamos rapidín. El niño despierta.
Rapidín. El niño despierta.
Why would anyone want to live underground? If you ask me, both dwarves and Asura have some serious issues.
A ver.
I know these symbols from my priory training. This is the tomb of Dagnar's stone pit of the Stone Summit dwarves. Dagnar killed the human prince named Rurik, destroying the peace between the kingdoms of Kryta and Ascalon. That apparition must be the ghost of Dagnar's Drake Mount. I don't think it's noticed us. Ignore it and find a way to get up to that ledge. You never learned that trick. Huh. Well, looks like you'll have to climb. I think I see a path to the top. I'll mark it for you. Follow the trail of sparks.
Admito que un Draco de montura sería muy interesante. Ahí está el camino, está yendo por donde no era. Mucha patata.
There. Jump through the flaming ring. What's wrong with that?
No, pero espéreme.
You did great. I knew you could do it.
Gracias por tenerme fe.
Whoever that Norn was, his friends took out this bridge.
Ow.
So they must still be tomb raiders, as opposed to tomb researchers. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys. Get him.
Your duty lies at my side.
Preparémonos para lo que se viene.
Protect the dragon's blood sword. Feel the coming strength. May Tornad's strength fill you. Destroy that. I will escape with the blade. I feel incredible strength coursing through my veins. Praise Tornad.
Sí, ellos se expanden. Listo, muerto.
Stig Frostbeard. I've heard of him. He's a son of Spania. They're dragon cultists, and Stig is a mean one. If he's got the sword, it'll be nothing but trouble.
Did you see what happened when the blade cut his friend? It turned that Norn into a monster.
I saw. That looked like dragon corruption to me. I guess the sanguinary blade really is made of dragon's blood. Gix was right. That's bad news for us, too. That sword will corrupt anyone that holds onto it for too long. Before we retrieve it for the Derman Priory, we'd better find a way to protect ourselves from the corruption.
What about the sword's original scabbard? The dwarves must have made it strong enough to contain the blade.
True. But how do we find that scabbard? It might be easier to create something of our own, using Priory knowledge. Give it a rumble in your brain, and let me know when you've made a choice.
A ver, ir al priorato. Buscar la hoja. Busquemos la vaina. Ya llegamos.
You can never
Así que
learn
no
enough.
llego a la vaina de piedra.
Isn't it amazing? Hundreds of years ago, this was a proud stone summit fortress. They were a group of xenophobic dwarves, cruel, brutal, and unyielding. They're the ones that enslaved the dredge. Well, mostly. Now look at it. Everything it stood for, both good and bad, has been washed away by time. I'm continually amazed at Tyria's resilience. The stone summit kept their most valued artifacts here. The Priory retrieved quite a bit, until those nasty pirates moved into the area.
You think the scabbard's still down there?
I'm sure of it, Novice. The question is, how do we convince the pirates to let us poke around? Buy them some beer? Oh! Convince them we're just shrubs!
I like the idea of convincing them, but I think we should use our convincing weapons. Come on.
Possibly go wrong. I defy those pirates this time. You hear me? Defy!
Esto no va a ser nada bonito. Y a convertirse.
You killed my minion. Come to me, minion, and do my bidding.
Uh-oh.
I should have paid more attention in Magister Stonehill's classes.
Largo y tedioso.
Una eternidad más tarde.
Echamos la vaina de piedra y nos fuimos de aquí. Listo, salimos.
Now that's what I call combat archaeology. Well done, Novice.
We retrieved the scabbard. Now how do we find the same blade?
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot to tell you about that part. Oops. The arcanist back at the Priory used a scrying spell to track Stieg. They told me that he's hiding near Blackbeard's mill. We're also on double secret probation. Turns out Hicks was mad about us not reporting after we went to the tomb.
Wait, we were supposed to report in? Siren?
If we don't find Stieg Frostbeard soon, the sword will corrupt everyone around him. It'll turn them all into monsters.
We've got to hurry to Blackbeard's mill. I'll meet you there. And Siren, don't forget to bring the scabbard.
Y vamos ahora a más poderoso que la espada. Y al parecer tenemos peligro ahora.
Hello there, Norn. We're here from the Derman Priory, and your friend Stieg has something that belongs to us.
We're just here for Frostbeard. Bring us the sword he carries, and we won't hurt you.
Pathetic little bookworms. Steed Frostbeard is mighty. He will attack Lion's Arch, and we will show you all Dragon's power. Steeg's blood sword is a holy relic of the dragon, Jorman. The dragon blesses Steeg for his faithful service. He will lead us to victory.
Vamos a dar una lección de estos cabezas de hielo.
Please, think about what you're doing. The dragon may give you power, but in exchange, he's made you slaves.
Abandoned dragon in his time of triumph? Why would we do that?
Lion's Arch is filled with innocent people. You can't do this.
They aren't listening, novice. Time to switch to Plan B. Go
Bueno,
get
los
them.
de Jormax solo entienden un idioma. A golpetazos. Corrección.
It's time to kick some start.
Listo.
Well done, novice. The sanguinary blade is ours, and Lion's Arch is safe from Steeg Frostbeard.
It's hard to believe that Steeg was willing to see all his Norn friends die just to keep the power of the sanguinary blade.
That's not hard for me to believe at all, novice. It's typical of the idiots who serve elder dragons. The dragons are a blight. They don't care about anything but their hunger. Their followers are just bad. Even if we find a way to save the world from the dragons, I sometimes wonder if we'll ever find a way to save us from ourselves. When Gix told me I was going to be mentoring a new novice, I thought it would be an incredibly boring task. But you know what? I really like you. You're willing to try new things and
Eso se puede interpretar de muchas
you've got a
formas.
good head on your shoulders.
Thanks, Siren. I have to admit, this has been a lot of fun.
Cherry, come on, let's get the sword back to Gix. After that, we'll work on saving the world.
Muy bien, ya creo que podemos acabar con la ciencia de biblioteca.
At last, the sanguinary blade. I shudder to think of the damage it would have wrought without your aid. You've both done well. Consider yourselves off probation. Further, novice, I hereby promote you to the rank of explorer, with all the rights and privileges, etc., etc. I'd like you to continue your partnership with Siren. Perhaps you can keep this deciduous do-gooder out of trouble.
Thank you, Steward Gix. I'd be happy to collaborate with Siren. We work well together.
Poor Gix. You're just jealous that you're stuck in here being leadery and responsible while we're having all the fun.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Be that as it may, I must rely on you two for another project. Your next endeavor is a research assignment involving one of the lesser races of Tyria. Do try not to teach them bad habits, Siren. Explorer, get a briefing from Siren, and choose which species you'd like to study. Now, go.
Bueno, ahora vamos con las siguientes, las razas menores. A ver, los Screed, Quagan o Hylek. Pues la última vez cogimos los Screed, los dos Quagan, entonces vamos con los Hylek ahora. Ah, no, ya estuvimos con los Hylek. Entonces vamos con los Screed. Y seguiríamos con la siguiente misión, pero ya vamos a terminar aquí por ahora, así que bien, eso es todo por hoy, pan de amigos. Y gracias por acompañarme, espero que les haya gustado el video. Y pórtense bien, tomen agüita, así. Diviértanse mucho, pásenla bien, no se estresen tanto. Y no olviden suscribirse, un like si me lo merezco. Y adiósito, pan de amigos, cuídense mucho.